Okay. This is currently what is happening on broccoli. Broccoli 714. Broccoli 714. You can see I've already marked out my point of interest. I have marked out my point of interest, but I think there is still something I did not point out here. Let me check. Okay, there is something I did not point out here. Yes, if the price gets to this point, it is also going to react to it. So, as you can see, our broccoli has broken out. This is a breakout. It breaks above our point of interest, and you can see that it is moving up. So, we are not going to look for a sell. We are not going to look for a sell. Let me check if when it got here, it gives us something like any reversal. Yes, it gave us, when it got to this point, it gave us on the 1 hour the reversal candles. Let me try to find it. Okay, here was something like a reversal candle here. This is an engulfing candle or something like a reversal candle there. Whereas something like here, this pin bar was a reversal. But even you see, even at the pin bar, this will give you maybe like 10% before it will maybe move above here and take you out. But now that you can see, this trade is already in the upper trend. So we are going to look for ways to we are going to look for an entry to trade it to the upper side. Okay, I want to point out something to you guys. This is what I want to point out. Whenever you observe a chart that is maybe retesting a certain support or zone with lower high, something like this. If you observe this, we can place a support here. If you observe this chart, we can actually place a support somewhere here. On the lower time frame, you will see this on the lower time frame. You can see a slight support here on the lower time frame. You can see a support here. Yeah, if you go to 15 minutes, let's check something 15, 30 minutes. Yes, you will see something like a support here. And I think that is where we are expecting this thing to come to retest and we take a sell. So what I wanted to point out to you guys is whenever you see a market retest a particular zone or point of interest with something like this, with lower highs, something like this, you can see how this thing started giving us lower highs from this point. It moved all the way. Okay, let me do that again. You see how it gives us this lower high all the way from here. You can see the lower high here. Retesting a certain support or resistance area. Now you can notice all these lower highs, and now all these low highs are all going to a certain, they will just go to a certain support or resistance. All the low highs will be at a certain support or resistance. It will not cross that place. You see, the whole of this place was support, which is even our uh, part of this thing that we have marked out, part of our zone. Now, when you notice something like this, you better prepare yourself to close your trades. You prepare yourself to close your trade before it hits profit and before it hits stop loss, because this is a sign that because the more the price keep retesting this zone, the more price retest this zone, the more the price keep retesting this zone with all these lower highs, the more this zone gets weaker, the more it gets weaker. So you have to pay a very good attention to this, so that when you are in a trade, you know that okay, at this point I have to close. You can either close at break even or just close, because go and look at the chart, you will see in so many cases, at least 70% of the time, when you see this kind of a pattern, you will know that the market wants to invalidate your point of interest. You will know. So look at what is forming here. You guys see. So you will know this is a bullish pattern. So you also need to notice this pattern and see that the market wants to take you out. Then you can close your trades. You can close your trades. So right now, this market is already up. It's in the up direction. Is in the buy side. So we are going to wait for an entry. We are going to look for an entry and long it. So let me check if I will see any strong point of support here on the 4 hours. Check on the 4 hours if I'm going to see anything. Well, on the 4 hours, I can see something here, something like this. I can take this to be my support. So it may not come back to retest here, but if it gets here, you can take a long. You can take a long from here, then put your stop loss. Then put your stop loss here. Put your stop loss somewhere here. This is your stop loss. So you allow you this one, you are giving the market a whole lot of you give it some space to misbehave, to behave like the market will behave. So that is what I see there. That is what I see there, and that is I will give this signal as soon as the market retests. As soon as the market retests. And also please, you have to learn how to draw this thing properly. This is a point of interest. You need to learn how to draw, because if you do not draw it properly, you'll be giving yourself some irregular analysis, and it might not be accurate. So you really need to learn how to draw it accurately. So we wait for this signal, right? We are going to wait for this signal. Allow this thing to retrace. I think this 4 hours candle is going to close like this, and once it retraces back, we take our buy. So until then, guys, let's see. As you know, all the analysis I'm doing here are the trades that I'm also taking. So let's wait and see. played into our area of interest. You can see on the 4 hours, you can see how it played into our area of interest. So you can prepare to take this trade. Prepare to take this trade. This thing is going to go all the way up. So either you look for a reversal pattern, or you take from the yellow line where I have marked. You take from the yellow line where I have marked. But then just know that this thing is going back up, and the red can see how much it has played into our area of interest after waiting for it for about 3 hours. So it has played. So one thing you need to know is that you actually need to wait for your setup to play out. If you cannot wait, you will be making some wrong decisions and you'll be jumping on signal. So just wait. This has played into our point of interest, and I have also given this signal on my signal group. If you want to join the signal group, just join our WhatsApp group. It's free and you'll be getting our signals. Don't forget this video. Thanks, and see you in our next video.